And mine's Mel O'Brien, just to be clear. It's a really complicated name.
That is complicated. I'll stuff it up straight away.
Yeah, it's easy to get it
I'll
wrong.
go Mel something. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Confessions. Everybody wants to confess, but not everyone wants to hear them. Today, I'm joined by two gorgeous people who I'm a huge fan of. You might know them as a goddamn comedy duo, but here they are together and they are glamorous. And you can see it if you're watching the video right now. Here's the wonderful Mel O'Brien. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Glamorous.
Glamorous.
I love
Glamorous
it here.
And the wonderful, the hilarious Sam Andrews. Welcome. Andrew, oh my God.
Oh my God,
I
we
did
fucked
fuck
it
up.
already.
I just said,
You know what? I come in here in a glamorous blazer and some blue mascara and my name can't even be pronounced correctly.
I'm that codependent that just when you went, and here they are, it's Mel O'Brien, pause, and I went, no, it's Mel and Sam. I was like, what? Where's my wife?
I'm right here.
It's Sam Andrew. I'm so sorry. We just went through this before and I was like, I'm not going to pronounce your name wrong. I bet everyone does that. I guess everyone sucks.
How embarrassing.
So embarrassing. Yeah. So welcome to the podcast. It's all about the wonderful world of online confessions. Now, what is your origin story before we get into the confessions? How did you two meet for the first time?
Two music theatre bitches in kind of similar circles, but our Venn diagram got closer and closer.
Yeah, we met through a really close mutual friend.
Yep.
And we started working together by Sam was actually writing the stuff and I was performing in stuff that she had written.
Yep.
Then there were a few things that happened like that, and then literally just before COVID hit, we kind of had our first
friend hang.
Yeah, literally our
Friend hang.
first
What did you do?
one-on-one friend hang.
We went to
Smith and Deli.
Smith and Deli, sat outside.
Great part of the world.
Great part
And
of
the
the world.
convo was like, and so how is life post your classical degree?
We were truly strangers.
We were strangers. And then you had said that you were interested in writing a one-woman cabaret. And I went,
wow.
I'll write the music for you. And then naturally we went, wait a minute. Let's do a cabaret together. And then No Hat, No Play, the literal title was formed that day in my car.
And then the first lockdown hit and we wrote our first show on Zoom.
That's so fun.
Yeah,
Well, lockdown wasn't so fun, but the rest of it was great.
I had a great time.
Really good for my mental health.
Literally.
But yeah, now we've got 3 little piddly shows under our belt and keep it coming.
Piddly shows is fun.
Piddly little shows.
And you've got a new show?
Got a new show coming.
What's it all about? What's the vibe?
This is exciting because this is the first time we've really talked about it at all.
Can we talk about it, or are we not? Will we not have launched what it is by the time?
So like this will be like mid-Jan, late Jan.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's
we're
hectic.
literally already.
Are you going to be Sam Andrews on the poster or Sam Andrews?
Hey, just Mel and Sam.
I think it's time for a rebrand.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so ready. Do the elevator pitches up and just as to what the show is.
Let's go. So our new show is called Mel and Sam in the Platonic Human Centipede.
Now that's a good name. That's a good name. Thank you so much.
Have we seen the film? No. It's really important people know that this is not based on the film. We've had some people already since it's gone live being like, girls, I am a bit nervous about this one. And we're like, it's not that fucking deep. We're taking the essence of being so obsessed with someone that you want to attach your face to their anus and be there for them 24/7.
I'm crying.
Yeah, it's actually quite beautiful.
But yeah, it's another silly smorgasbord of funny songs and sketches. But do you have other bits you want to say about it?
Like at its core, the show is kind of about us saying everything's a duo.
Iconic duos.
2 is better than 1. 2 is always better than 1. And that everyone in the world and everything in the world has its like other half. And what we like to call its platonic human centipede. So the thing that you would stitch your mouth to someone's anus of.
Yeah.
That's so great. I remember when that film came out, like I saw it and I was like going
how hard is it to watch?
It's pretty difficult, but it's very funny at the same time. But I was sitting with friends going, this is going to be hilarious, and then halfway through you're like, it's not that hilarious.
It's actually quite harrowing.
It's quite awful. This premise is awful.
I do feel quite ill.
It's actually quite great. But the guy, I remember the guy who played the doctor.
The doctor.
Yeah. He came out in an interview and said, if you get a role like this, you're not going to turn it down. I mean, you're not going to turn down Hannibal Lecter.
No.
It's like, it's not the same thing, bro.
It's
really not
good for the show reel though. You couldn't have said no.
For the show reel.
Great for the show reel.
But it kind of is kind of a bit depressing after a while. But there was someone there's a person on YouTube that was doing makeup tutorials, and she did the makeup tutorial of the human centipede characters being sewn.
Oh, we got to watch that.
She's so funny, and she just keeps making little comments like, "Oh no, I'm being sewn to an asshole." Because she's like For some, I don't know what. It's so funny. She narrates the whole thing.
We
It's
will,
great.
for the first time, be becoming a trio. We will be getting her on the live show.
Yeah.
This is huge. This is a huge announcement.
Huge news.
Huge news,
Stoked
everyone.
to share it here first with you in this Rob Mills t-shirt.
Thank you so much.
the best
Mispronouncing
t-shirt.
names and you coming all the way out here to my home. It's
I
lovely.
do love Footscray, sorry.
Oh, you can say it. You can dox me if you want. Give out the address.
I give out way too much personal information.
Sam and I, when we did an episode of our own pod that was like talking about share house living and stuff like that. It was me being like, and on the corner of blah blah street and blah blah in Carlton, blah blah blah. And our producer was like, "Are you a literal idiot? Like, maybe don't tell your actual address." And I was like, "It's
yeah.
fine."
Don't worry about it.
Because our podcast is listened to by 5,000 million people as well.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Literally so many people.
I'm just like, we
Not.
can't be doing meet and greets, at Heart Attack and Vine. But Mel set that
Every
up.
day.
It's so fucked up.
Just meet and greet something.
Yeah.
We have an ongoing thing though. We are the platonic human centipede of each other. Mel has moved to a new suburb and twice I have followed her within the space of a month.
Wow.
Within walking distance. So
when are
Mel
you
used to
moving
live in
together?
Carlton. I won't say the new place, but Mel used to live in Carlton. I moved literally around the corner.
Yeah.
Then Mel moved to new location, also inner north, because #queer. And I literally followed suit. It takes me up into the bridge of Vampire by
Sam
what's
says
her
he
name?
texts the first time. What's her name? Olivia Rodrigo.
Radriago.
Rodrigo.
The first time that Sam came over to my new house, she left. She's like, "All right, let's actually see how long it takes me to walk home."
Yeah.
Then I get a text. It's like confirmed.
The bridge.
Until the bridge of Vampire.
You said it would be love, but didn't it? And I'm like, I'm home.
I'm home. It feels right.
It feels right.
When are you two going to move in together? When is this going to happen?
Never. We should never.
Because
Yeah.
we actually talked. We have talked about
Wow.
it. We talked about it when we were both moving, and we
Yep.
so responsibly were like, we can't for the business,
For the business. Yeah, that's
for
true.
the children.
Protect the children.
Hey, and let's create space to talk about this. It's fucking hard as well to show up as friends for each other because we're constantly talking work, and we'll like
Yeah.
try to get a coffee and and chat about our lives.
Be
And
like,
oh
tell me
shit,
about
we have
the
to action
person
this.
dating.
Yeah.
And it's like totally. Can we get back to Adelaide
And
Fringe
I-
about our tech specs?
I reckon as well during like the hellscape that is Comfest, waking up one morning in March and then walking into the kitchen trying to make toast and Mel being like, we should probably write that bridge. I'll just be like, fuck off. So I think it's better to do it.
I
That's
want
true.
to go op
That's true.
shopping.
Yeah. But
It's for the better of the duo.
Yeah,
It's for the better.
Well, we must ask, who is your... Actually, I'm going to lead this podcast. This is my podcast.
Thanks, Mel.
I'm going to ask the questions. Who is your platonic human centipede, or what is your platonic human
A
centipede?
wonderful person by the name of Oliver Clark is my
Gorgeous.
platonic, who's just wonderful person.
Wait, is that Oliver Clark?
Think of Oliver
the
Coleman.
comedian?
Oh, I'm thinking of Oliver Coleman.
That's okay. I'll take Oliver Coleman too.
We love all
Also
the
gorgeous.
Olivers.
All the Olivers are
All
good.
the Olivers.
Confirmed. We haven't met all of them. Just a quick survey.
Heard of Oliver
All
Twist?
of them are good.
Oliver
I
Twist.
have actually.
What a boy.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Twink.
Now, have you two ever been to confession? Were you either of you raised religious at all?
No, I was not.
I wasn't. I was baptized, and I went
fun?
just for fun.
I didn't
just
know
kind,
that.
Just kind of for the lol of it.
You gotta have a laugh.
Yeah, but I never. No, I wasn't raised super religious.
Yeah, okay.
In any kind of way, so I'm stoked.
What
about this.
What about Reddit? The world of Reddit. Have you ever gone
No,
into the world
see,
of Reddit?
Only
You're
for
avoiding all of it.
Yeah, you're like, why are you on this pod? I'm like, I don't know anything about what you're talking about. I'd love to talk about where I live. In
Like, I'm
Carlton.
here in blue eyeliner, and actually, that's enough.
I am enough.
Yeah.
I've been into some like Reddit kind of threads
Yeah.
with random questions that I've Googled, but I've never gone on to Reddit and just scrolled.
Yeah, it's a
Do you
dangerous
scroll?
place.
Do you swipe?
You
How's
do, you
how's the
do.
interface work? Tell me. Hey, let's talk about
We're here
it.
to learn.
It really is the epitome of doom scrolling when you're on
Right.
Reddit.
Yeah.
Going through.
What's the
and
longest time you've been on Reddit for?
I think about 3 hours when I was really trying to find, because I've been doing this podcast for nearly 6 years. Next year to be
That
6
is
years.
incredible.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
that's
it's-
fucking
so it's
longevity.
A lot, yeah.
Congratulations.
And thank you so much. And it's a long time to be on Reddit. Like, and
Yeah, of
always
course.
on there. And then you get all this stuff that you go, I can't read. Because most of it, I can't read on a podcast to two people every week.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of it's too dark.
Sure,
So you
sure,
don't do the incest ones. You don't do, you have to go, look,
No.
that you're not
Yeah.
bringing that on a podcast.
No.
So you have to go. But a lot of it is really
hectic.
awful stuff. So I'm reading a lot of
Yeah.
awful stuff. Just crying.
How's your
all
mental
the time. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm
How
doing
are
good.
you?
Doing
And
really
it's anonymous, right? You can fully be anonymous on
you
Reddit.
can, yeah,
Right.
and you can comment as an anonymous person as
Wow.
well.
Sure.
So it's not good for people's mental health. But people love it.
The most recent, I don't spend lots of time on Reddit, but sometimes when you like you know, like put a question into Google.
Yep.
And then like a Reddit thread will come up.
Yes.
And like the most recent one was like, I was like, my psych was like to me recently was like, I think you might have ADHD. And I was like, pardon? And then I was like Googling and I was like, these things
in
like,
the session.
Yeah.
You got 3 screens.
Me like, what? And that was the most recent like Reddit thing that I like went down. But I was
it's
like,
terrifying.
Yeah.
It's a terrifying world. And I'm so happy that you two are here for me to bring some of these terrifying people to you.
So excited.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to get you to solve these problems today and give your advice to these wonderful people. So qualified. You can do it. So the first confession today comes from gorgeous Maria. Maria confesses.
Yeah.
I told my dad I've moved when really I live in the same city as him.
Oh, wow.
I just couldn't be fucked anymore. A lot of the time you think you have to stay in touch with your parents, but you really don't.
Beautiful.
My dad is so boring. And I'm talking boring. So not even for any reason.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
a boring.
harsh adjective to be
That's
given.
Harsh.
Boring.
I was ready for like a
Bad
really
man.
challenging relationship.
Yeah. Something worthwhile. It's just dull.
He smells like farts and he snores. I don't want to be around him.
I'm on snooze control with dad. He talks a lot too. Could talk a leg off a chair and then some.
That's even worse to say, and you're saying a lot, but it's still boring. It's like he's
Still boring.
by omitting any information. Oh my
Just no good stories.
Yeah.
I was always bored by him. You can't help but yawn when you're in conversation. A lot of shade on the dad. When you're in conversation with him.
Papa.
Which I know isn't very nice to say, but it's the fucking truth.
Hey, go there.
You got to speak the fucking truth.
You got to.
And I'm very sorry for voicing my opinion on the matter, but if you're not into it, move right fucking along and go find another confession on here that you'd be happier with.
Wow.
Not the sign off.
Yeah. It's like when anyone messages me about anything that I've done, I'm like, move along, find someone else.
Find someone else.
Get real defensive real quick. So here we go. I'm a funny person. I'm a good, loyal friend, and
Wait,
I'm reliable.
this is still Maria?
This is the same confession.
Yeah, right.
This is Maria stanza
You thought
2.
we moved on.
I really did.
Next confession. I'm better than my dad,
Jesus.
and so I told him I was moving to London.
Oh, fuck.
He was very sad about it, of course, and took me out to my favourite restaurant as a send-off. Isn't he? I love the dad.
I actually love the dad.
We don't know everything about the dad, but I think the dad actually sounds all right.
He actually
know.
sounds like he slays bananas.
Yeah. That's I'm going to put that on t-shirt. Yeah. After my Rob Mills 2 t-shirt that I have.
We should combine them. It should say Rob Mills
Slays
slays bananas.
That's
Hey,
actually pretty
trademark,
cool.
trademark.
We're going to say TM real quick. He told me that he couldn't believe I was going, but wanted me to do whatever made me happy. He was so proud of me.
Okay, so he's actually an angel and she's a cunt.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And this is what she writes after this. Boring, right?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, venomous.
Boring, right? Dad loves me. Boring, right?
What?
I was moving apartments and he wouldn't know that I was actually just moving slightly down the road. So I stage a whole move.
Oh,
And when I got a new place, I set up with some Australian and London-based furnishings.
Oh, so that's psycho.
It's psycho. It's psycho behaviour.
So this is psycho.
Yeah.
All right.
It'd just be like a koala behind her or something. Going,
I try
"See,
not
I
to use the word psycho when it's not appropriate. However, this
No.
is psycho.
yeah, okay.
base furnishings to make it look like I was missing home. Now, when we Zoom call once a month, he'd like it to be more, but I insist on just that. Then he believes that I'm living in London with my new flatmates.
No.
I've made up 2 flatmates that I live with and
you
make up
haven't.
stories about my new life.
No, you haven't. I wish that you wouldn't.
He nearly tears up each time I tell him I'm happy.
This is heartbreaking.
I love that this person is going, my dad sucks. Am I right, everyone? And everyone's like,
Everyone's
no.
like, I don't know
no.
if I agree with you, Maria.
I don't like you, Maria.
Yeah, Maria, you might be on your own for this one.
You might be an arsehole, Maria. You should be on Am I the Arsehole restaurant, please. The big problem is now he wants to come and visit. He's told me that he hasn't travelled since Mum passed away.
Oh, not in being a widow. No, sorry. This is actually
There's another level that we couldn't handle.
No, that's where I draw the line. I do draw the line at widower.
We can move on if you want. Next
No,
confession.
no, I love it.
And so now he's coming over in a month and he can't wait to visit and check out my new place. He's booked a hotel and the flight close to where I live and now I'm freaking out. Even having to create fake flatmates, Joe and Beth. I just love it. Could have been any
Hey,
name. And it would have made me
order
laugh.
some extras from Star now. There are a lot of people that just want a gig. There are a lot of people that probably want a gig in
this economy?
London. Yeah. Cause he lives.
I've got 6 months to figure this out. Now, there's the wonderful people on Reddit before you give your gorgeous advice. We've got wonderful people on Reddit that like to comment, and they're wonderful people. You've got Taylor Creator Nonsense, writes, your poor dad, he sounds lovely. You don't deserve a lovely man in your life to think that you're being so cruel. He deserves better. We all deserve better. I love Taylor just putting themselves in that situation.
This isn't just about you. This is about humanity.
This is about us, baby.
We all deserve better.
And Sam, you were so right. Judith99-actor writes, hello, I'm an actor and live in London.
Knew it. Hey, when one door closes, another opens in London.
There's actually no one's got the gall and the audacity of an actor trying to find work. Going, your family breaking down?
I can do a good accent, right?
I can do someone moving
I'm
up.
Beth. Yeah, we've been living here for so fucking long.
Please be in touch if you need me to play one of these flatmates or both.
Or both.
Like Eddie Murphy.
That was just me on that Reddit.
Yeah.
Being like, you can be in touch with my agent.
I found your comment. Yeah, he's my agent. Californian Trees writes, story one to make me come.
Oh, good God.
Which I love. I just love someone writing that. Probably under everything as well.
It's beautiful, to be honest.
Oh, it's beautiful on Reddit. Now, what do you do, Sam, in a situation like this? If you were gorgeous Maria, what do you... And you would never be. You would never be gorgeous Maria. She's a piece of work.
How?
You could never be gorgeous Maria.
How dare you, Maria?
How? In Maria's name, do you actually come clean with something like that?
Yeah.
And you know what I just go, there is so a world in which she could have only seen him once a month in the same state and just gone, I'm so busy and lied.
Totally.
It's not everyone has a weekly relationship with their parents. It's very common to see your parents only once a month.
Sure.
This is, okay, but we're not in that situation. She's fake in London. My advice.
Go and look at that Australian flag behind me, Dad. God, I missed it.
I don't think she should come clean. I don't think the poor dad should have to go through that after being a widow and crying about her moving.
You think she should commit to the sketch of going, this is Joe, this is Beth. There's the big
From
Bem.
Judith -99 actor.
I just think about the dad hearing that and sometimes not revealing the truth.
That's going to be awful for Dad. Dad can't handle that sort of information.
Also, there's something so upsetting about him getting on a long flight with his piddly little suitcase and his little salted nuts and Mount Franklin water bottle and rocking up to this apartment.
She does.
He'd be talking to everyone on the plane as well.
I just thought of I was just thinking of like in Breaking Dawn in the Twilight series. Are we all familiar?
Sort of.
Not
I don't
super
know how
well.
familiar.
Okay, beautiful.
I can relate to Rob Millsy Mills. If we want to talk about Rob Millsy Mills, I can talk for days.
No, in like Twilight where like Kristen Stewart's character is like, I want to become a vampire. And then they're like, okay, well, you'll have to tell your dad that you're like moving away or like sick or something. It's just like reminding me of that. So I think what she could do is tell him I'm actually becoming a vampire.
That's good. That's good.
What you can't, I'm going to tell you that much. It's on a needs to know basis. Yep. You're not going to be able to come and visit me though, because I might bite you.
Oh, wow. Okay. I've locked myself in the apartment with Joe and Beth.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're vampires.
Who are also vampires.
Or she just goes, like, this is a bit more down the Ernest Street. She just goes, Dad, I started a lie that has spiraled out of control.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna
say.
I really need help. I'm scared at myself that I've done this. You don't deserve this. What's going on with me, and make it more an internal, this is a me problem.
Yep.
But it doesn't sound Maria. There's no way Maria would take that route, because I think Maria doesn't think it's her problem.
No,
Maria goes,
Maria thinks
my
her
dad's
boring.
the worst. He literally loves me and supports me.
It's
yuck.
crazy that all of these actions come from a man being boring. Like, that's the word she's used.
Yeah,
not heinous, not abusive, and obviously we don't know the context to which this dad is what he's like, but I'm just like, boring?
I also feel like
boring.
on a Reddit thread though, that's the space to be honest.com.au. So if it was anything worse than boring, I'm sure she would have said. Just going, I don't like your stories about work. Guess what? That's having a dad.
Yeah, she's gone, I'm sorry to trauma dump on you, but my dad is so boring.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
Wow.
She's so, okay. So you think in this situation you can't be coming clean. For you, you're saying don't come clean, pretend to be a vampire. And Sam, you're saying,
I'm saying come clean and be like, I need to go check myself in.
That would also be, I just don't think it's realistic. But the vampire
not
thing,
for Maria.
that's really realistic.
Yeah. The most realistic thing you can do.
That,
I might bite you, Dad.
That's heinous.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
that's a sad one. I hate this podcast. Give me a fun one. You're like, so there's a man who's boring and a widow and his daughter mentally fucks him. I'm like, yeah, great.
Can we be earnest on this comedy podcast?
Of course you can.
What are the lines? Okay, great.
Well, confession 2.
I was pretty earnest before. Oh, no,
Let's move on to confession 2 comes from Vera. Vera confesses. I had sex 1,000 times over with my married lecturer, Eric.
Oh,
dear.
that's a choice.
No.
That's a choice.
Oh, dear.
Just you try and let a man like that not fall in love with me.
So,
And she's right for that.
so people on Reddit are narcissists.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
giving-
absolutely.
Yeah.
They love themselves quite a lot.
Yeah,
and they don't
sure,
know they've
sure.
done the wrong thing.
Sure,
Yeah, that's what I'm gathering.
I was raised with the art of seduction radiating from me. I'm not a shy person. I'm a sex-positive girl, and each day I slay.
Hashtag feminism.
How dare you read my confession on Reddit?
You sent it to me just before we
That's
started.
literally me.
Wait a minute.
Me, I was raised with pulsating sexual energy running through my bones.
I've always wanted to experience everything, not to make it to the end of my days without having taken almost everything.
Right.
I want to feel it all, and I will not apologise for dreaming big
No,
and
don't.
having my sights set high. She's not apologising for that.
No,
She's
you
not
can't.
You
apologising.
should not apologise for that. The other week, a new lecturer started, Eric, and I was quite taken by him.
The other week, she's had sex 1,000 times over in a week.
It's been a big week.
She really does have sexual energy pulsating.
Yeah.
Right. I started flirting with him after class and told him I thought he was rather dashing. He was a little bit of a nerd, but a hot nerd. Someone you could see in any English rom-com, really.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
She
sure.
really is
in
me.
anyone. Yeah. Just Hugh Grant, I think. It's always Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
One day, I asked him for his Instagram, and he said he did not give that out.
So fair. Sure.
So fair.
Eric's got boundaries.
That's right. He set up his boundaries.
Beautiful.
I'm 22 years old, and he's probably only 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Hey.
Beautiful.
10 years, we can work with that.
He does have a wife and kids who come and visit him from time to time. His wife brought him lunch the other day, which was a bit cute, and I could see him sharing his Vegemite sandwich with his son.
Hey, I love that it's an Australian story.
Lovely,
Thank you
isn't
so
it?
much.
It's the Australian
I'll be able to
story.
unpack this one a bit better. It's good to unpack what
Right,
you know.
what you know, yeah.
Melbourne Uni, I'm assuming. Let's
Yeah,
just place
Melbourne
it there.
Uni for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
The other week, after class, I leant in for a kiss.
That's so bold.
So
I
bold.
also almost go, and maybe this is the cynic in me. I go, no, you didn't. That's
Yeah,
not real.
yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't lean in for a kiss
No.
after class. Be
No
honest.
way. With lovely Eric, and he's sharing a
Yeah.
sandwich with his son.
Where did you watch them eat a sandwich? No, you didn't.
Babe, I think she leaned in for doggy if she's got to have 1,000 sexes a week.
Actually,
Something I'd never tried before, and we kept going.
Oh,
Okay, that's interesting.
yeah, right.
It's very nice. The next week, I tried it again.
Sure.
Same thing. I gave him a spare key to my apartment the other week.
Sure.
yeah, right.
Work quick.
And the other week, and he came around.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he did, absolutely.
Yeah.
We had sex in almost every room of my house. Almost. I just love almost.
The way these people brag make me want to end it all.
Yeah,
It's just, that's not a cool thing.
So depressing.
We had sex in every fucking room, actually, in so many different positions.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Yeah.
And immediately, I could tell he felt awful.
Sure.
I told him how amazing he is and that we could continue if he wanted. We did it a few more times after that, meeting in private, secret locations, and I knew that it excited him. Men always think with their penises,
Yep.
so I knew he couldn't resist a sexy student.
Sorry, I'm kind of living for being like, I'm actually
So sexy.
the hottest shit that ever did study arts at Melbourne.
You don't get it, I'm hot.
Yeah.
But now I'm sick of it.
Naturally.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, the
naturally.
chase,
Yeah.
it's
Of
done
course,
now.
It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all done.
Yeah.
I had my moment and it's time to move on to other things.
1,000 comes. Sign it there. Yeah.
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him anymore and I know it's wrong.
Brutal.
So should I be completely cutting it off?
Sorry, wait. Sorry, wait. I love that the advice is not going to be, what do we do about the fact that I slept with my teacher and
Yeah.
he has a wife? It's actually, do I cut it off with him?
Do I stop?
Yeah.
How do I?
Kind of love it.
Sorry, carry on. This is just sending me.
Cutting it off, or do I need to tell his wife what happened?
Oh, okay.
If I do, I worry that no one will. If I don't, I think she means, if I don't, I worry that no one will, and she will never know about her cheating, dirty husband.
So you're using dirty now?
Dirty.
Yeah, right.
Dirty dog.
Yeah.
Dirty dog.
For her, sex positive.
She's gone from hot nerd, from hot nerd to, and he is a dirty dog now because he's discarded dirty dog trash, and I'm done.
Yeah.
What would you do in a
So
situation like this?
this
What do you
one
think?
just feels like an absolute platform for her to go, just so you know, I make men fucking weak, especially when they're my lecturers. We fucked so many times. He comes in my pussy that many times. But now I'm kind of done. Just want to let you guys know. But it's the end being like, any advice? But also, I fucked him. I'm just like, what do you mean?
It's also this weird, like, the moral, like, ground of like, no, because I am really good. And so I want to tell
totally
his wife.
flipping the
it's
narrative.
like, my queen, you did that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think
This is on you.
Yeah, you were just as culpable.
Yep.
Should she tell the wife? I don't think so. I think it's up to him to tell his wife.
Yeah.
I also know her delivery would be heinous of that.
Yeah.
She'd go, hi, Juliet, just so you know, I make teachers weak, including your husband.
Yeah.
And just so you know, we've been fucking a lot. And he is a hot nerd, but I'm done with him. So you can have him again.
So you can have that dirty dog back.
Yeah.
I actually have earnest advice.
Go.
Great.
I think what she should actually do is, if this is real, is say to him, hey, this is done. For what it's worth, I really think you should tell your wife.
Yeah, great.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good way to do it. Yeah. Actually come clean and say, it's
and
fine.
go, that's not on me. That's on you.
I'm just a
but-
hot student.
Yeah, I'm just a hot student with sex positive energy pulsing through my veins.
How much responsibility, it's a true question, like how much responsibility is on being the other woman or the other person? It's like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think that they just get a free pass because like, well, it's not my relationship, like not my zoo, not my monkeys. It's like, yeah, but you knew full well what you were doing.
100%.
Sure.
Oh no, I'm not at all like, whatever, it's his fault and not hers. Like, I'm like, no, she
not
fucked
at
up
all.
too.
Yeah. So you think maybe it's a bit like she needs to really just go to him and go, look, you need to sort this shit out.
100%.
And you need to tell your wife.
Yeah.
Or I'm telling your kid.
And or I'm telling the Vegemite sandwich
Tell
eater.
the Vegemite sandwich eater. He needs to
And
know.
also, she probably needs to go, I'm really sorry for
Oh, sure.
placing,
Yeah.
like,
Sorry, I'm so sexy.
sorry, I'm so
Yeah.
irresistible.
That's on me. I
Yeah.
was too sexy for you. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, Eric.
Gee.
Yeah, Eric's a sexy name too.
I wonder how much Eric is like, no, like, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Or if he's like, oh, I feel disgusting.
It sounded like he was over it from the first time. Like he was like already over it straight
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Which is so weird for her
That's
to put
why
in
I'm
there.
also like, it sounds like she's just like, oh, and he can't get enough of me, and we fucked over the desk, and then on the kettle,
And then on the kettle.
in almost every room.
in
of the
almost
house.
on almost every appliance.
Well, let's move on. We've got 2 more confessions today.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
The next one comes from.
I'm having so much fun.
I'm glad.
Give me 10 more.
This
Yeah.
is a bit of a fun one. This is a
Okay.
bit of a weird one.
Okay.
Confession 3 comes from gorgeous Adam. Adam confesses.
Hi, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Thanks for writing it, Adam. Just like to dress like a crab on the beach.
No, I'm obsessed
Hey,
with this.
crustaceans right.
I know a lot of people won't believe me here, and a lot of people will just say, "I'm so sorry. My phone is on silent, but I'm getting it on I'm getting it on 2 devices
so
just
fucked
here." I know a lot of people won't believe me here, and a lot of people will just say I'm an idiot, but come at me because I don't care anymore.
Said what he said.
That's what he said.
Our favourite crab.
Yeah.
Favorite crab.
I love Adam.
I find the most secluded area I can go down and just go there, lie there for a few hours in the brace position, which I don't know what that is.
Now, so that's probably on the ground hugging his own knees.
Hugging his own knees,
Yeah.
yeah, which I'm not sure crabs do a lot.
Beautiful.
And then I go home.
Sure.
Of course. I got a crab costume many years ago for a party that I was going to. This is cool. The party wasn't that great, but I found this new love for the crab costume I bought.
Beautiful.
Great.
Terrible party, though, am I right? My wife told me how silly I looked in it, but I thought it looked pretty cool.
Beautiful.
I think it looked nice. I think it would look nice. I know a lot of people are into weird things, but not my wife.
Right.
We only have sex in the missionary position, and if she
Not the brace position. Same brain.
and if she sees anyone doing anything out of the ordinary, she will go to town on them.
Oh, damn.
Sure.
She will literally tear people from limb to limb, saying how stupid society has gotten and that there is just no way people are getting smarter.
Right. Confessions.
I love that this entire confessions is how shit are women.
yeah.
But I'm a crab.
Women
I'm
am
a
I
good
right?
crab. Hashtag not all crabs.
I wouldn't worry about it. I'm a good crab.
I'm a good crab.
The other week, she saw someone dressed up as a ghost on Halloween.
Sure.
And while we were driving, I don't know if this can't be true, this next sentence, but it's fun. And while we were driving by, she said how stupid they are and threw a can at them. Just driving
If
by.
she can't even handle costumes on a day of actual accepted
Yeah, that's
costume
right.
wearing,
It's not gonna bode well.
She's not going to fuck her crustacean husband.
Just driving by and throwing a can at
Only
the guys.
singular can.
Probably a trick-or-treater as well, little kid.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Oh my God.
I was mortified. I don't know why she has to be like this.
So fair.
No one knows.
Let crabs be crabs.
Little crab is crab, for God's sake. And so now what happened? Well, my wife could hardly be seen with me at the party. I guess she was too embarrassed by him dressed
When
as
he
a
was
crab.
dressed as a crab.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even know yet about the
know about the
About the
Featured
earnestness
adventures.
of the crab costume.
And a few weeks passed and I decided to put it on again.
Good.
I told her I'd thrown the costume out, but then I went down to the beach in it and it felt amazing.
Gorgeous. You know what makes you feel good?
I know this sounds super weird, but it gave me this whole new lease on life.
Yep.
Great.
I could just be down there feeling the fresh sea breeze and felt like nothing could get in my way.
I love that.
Nice. Yeah. It's a form of meditation for me. I know that no one will bother me down there and I am truly alone.
Beautiful.
In that moment, I'm not human. I am crab.
I am crab.
I am crab.
Something about this actually makes me like, I'm like a bit like, that's like he just needs a moment.
He needs
to
a
go,
moment,
Go
yeah.
escape and like.
Absolutely. Well, his wife's throwing cans at trick-or-treaters.
Yes. It's not a good pairing.
It's not a good
It's
pairing.
It's not a good pairing.
Every day I feel a little bit guiltier since I started this journey.
Yeah.
I can't shake it and don't know if I will ever be completely comfortable with it. I'm constantly lying to my wife about where I am.
Yeah.
It feels so weird to type, but I need to get it out.
Yeah.
Can I just tell my wife? All right. It's a beautiful confession from lovely Adam. Now, what do you think Adam should do in
Thanks
this
for
situation?
sharing, Adam.
Thanks for sharing,
I feel
Adam.
like he needs to find an online community of people that enjoy similar dress up. I don't know what it's called.
I love that idea.
What the name is for, like you got puppy play, you got pony play. What is this? Crab play?
Crab play, yeah.
Play.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like a sexual thing either.
It doesn't.
And it would be
It's
okay
life
if
in
it
the brace
was.
position.
But
Yeah.
crabbing in the brace position just as a form of meditation.
Yeah.
Quite nice, actually.
It's giving like escape, you know? Like
I agree.
It's giving
Yeah.
I need somewhere to like not be me for a second and
Yeah.
escape my thoughts.
Yeah.
I think find an online community or a physical community of people that you can go, okay, I'm not alone. I've got them first.
Yeah.
Get yourself comfortable with that as your safety net so that then if you take it to your wife and she goes, this is ridiculous, grow up,
Yes. Yep.
you at least go, well, I know people that are like me. So, but if he's just completely flounder, hey.
I love that.
Beautiful. It was right there. If he's just floundering around on his own
Yeah.
in the big wide ocean.
She'll put that can down eventually. She'll be ready to throw that can at him. She'll like
It is
slowly lower it.
funny to me the nicheness of him being like, I do like a costume, and her. Not many people care about costumes.
No.
Her being like, I hate
Yeah,
them.
why does she
stupid
hate it?
ghosts?
You idiot.
Yeah,
I also think it's like with anything. If when you suppress anything,
Yeah.
I've been in therapy, guys. I've got
Hey.
enough
Whoa,
to say.
that's
there.
pretty cool.
No, like when you suppress anything and then it makes it like come out like so
Yeah,
much like
yeah.
bigger. I think him suppressing his need to crab
Yeah.
would be making him probably be like, I got to get down to that beach every day now.
Yes.
Whereas I wonder if he like could be honest about his desire to crab.
I wish he could.
I wish
Because
he
he's gone to a
could.
secluded place. It's not like he's harming anyone either. He's going all the
and
way
he's not
down.
asking for joint. He doesn't want to do it with her. He just
No.
wants to be accepted, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think the dream would be that he could be honest with her about being
Yeah.
like, hey, babe. He could even frame it in like I know that you don't like this.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't need you to actually be on board.
Yeah.
I don't need you to be like, yeah, the crab.
Yep.
But I just need you to like not throw a can at me if I do it.
Yeah,
But maybe we
sure.
can agree like maybe once a week I go down to Bell's Beach and I be a crab.
I am crab.
I am
And then I
crab.
come back and I take the kids to soccer.
Yes.
It doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
And if she's on board, I think he would feel the need to secretly crab less.
Yeah, that's so true. That's beautiful.
Yeah. It is a tricky one as well
It
because then
is.
you do think about the kids as well and what happens if one day, because he's crabbing in such a public place.
Yeah.
No,
The
he's
beach.
not.
Yeah.
He's crabbing in a secluded place.
Right. But I would
Hopefully he
just
doesn't
be
get
nervous
caught.
that
That's what I
like
think. I think he's nervous about
one
being
day
caught.
Yeah.
someone from the school walks past and goes,
Yeah.
what's going on down there?
Yeah.
And then,
Adam,
you
is
know,
that you?
the kids start to get bullied. Obviously, I'm thinking too negatively about this and maybe none of this would happen, but
You know what he needs?
What?
He needs to find a way to be honest with his wife.
Yes.
So that they can safely make a little crab pool for him
That's
in
nice.
their backyard.
That's good.
So
That's
he
good.
feels safe to crab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a truly private place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the neighbours know about the crabbing, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Imagine if he finds that community, he might have a frog with him. He might have other people
Might
coming
have a
around.
whole troop.
That's quite nice.
Hey, and they can come up with a bit of a blanket excuse. Like the wife can be like, if people start to ask questions, she can just be like, oh, it's actually performance art. He's studying a new thing,
Literally.
or and have a reason for it that is socially acceptable for the people in
Or
his.
that they're actors doing animal work.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Judith didn't get in contact under the Reddit comments and go, "Look, I can help. I can work. I can do this."
Are there any
Absolutely.
interesting comments on there being like, hey man, thanks, I am a crab and please choose the crab life?
Yeah.
There were no crab comments, but
Right.
there were people like being very supportive of him, which
Yeah.
is quite nice, which is
Good.
uncommon for Reddit.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I was
Quite
gonna-
nice.
What's the general vibe on Reddit? Are people gonna be like, fuck you?
They're pretty brutal. Yeah,
Right.
they can be. It's all a lot of fuck you. That sort
But
of
although
idea.
I've heard people are pro crab and people also like, bitch, your dad sounds lovely.
Your
Figure it
dad
out.
sounds
Yeah.
so good. Yeah. I love your dad more than you.
Yeah.
We've got the final confession today that comes from gorgeous Dave. Dave confesses.
Let's go.
I keep mailing my shit to my old high school bully in one of those tube mailing parcel things.
Wow.
Wow. I think I've been doing it for a year now, not knowing the exact time. I get one of those tube things and maybe once a week, I think you just call them tubes. We understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Tube things.
This tube thing's so a tube.
I don't get it. I don't understand. That's way over my head. And maybe once a week, shit in it and send it off.
Oh,
Once a
Yeah.
week.
Once a week.
so by shit we do mean feces and not my things.
No, just mailing
Oh,
things.
Yeah, right. I
Dirty
was
notes
thinking
and stuff.
belongings.
Oh, wow.
Or
Okay,
like
yeah.
trophies to be like, look how far I can.
I'm
This is
actually
not. He's
crushing
not
it.
decluttering.
We're talking
Yeah.
fecal matter.
That's right. Pickle matter.
Beautiful.
Beautiful stuff.
Sam hates poo stories. Good
Oh,
luck
I'm
with
so
this.
sorry.
No,
I'm so
that's
sorry.
right. I'm in.
We were having a high school reunion and he had his address just sitting there. I started doing it, thinking about him opening up that one day and then continually getting these mystery parcels in the tube things.
No, naturally.
I don't put a return address on them, so smart.
Sure.
So I wonder how many of them he's opened. Now I knew he wouldn't be opening them, but I know he's receiving them.
Why?
Hey.
Sorry, why wouldn't he be opening them?
I guess if you're getting them all the time,
And
the tube
this is
parcel things.
now. If he ever wants to
Yeah.
get delivered a poster, he'll never be able
He'll
to
never
open
open
that.
it.
He'll go. So he's never going to be able to receive anything
That's
like
right.
a lightsaber.
Cylindrical.
Forget it. A lightsaber. Forget it. Poster. Never again. And he sits there going, "This one might not be turned, but
so
I'll
funny.
never know."
I'm not going into the post office to mail them either. So
Good.
I know I won't be caught.
The poor postman having to put that odorous.
And he
Cylinder-
shits in the post office as well, I
Yeah.
imagine.
Do you guys have a bathroom? Shit.
I've been buying them in bulk and dropping them off late at night in the post box.
Surely.
Silence, the collective silence.
Surely
Just
you get
taking
the
it in.
message across with one or two.
Yeah,
You're starting
yeah.
to spend too much money, Mike. Posting is expensive.
I
Australia
agree.
Post, $24.99
Not to
per
mention,
sheet.
I know.
not to mention stamps.
Yeah, he's
And I
rich.
just
He's
go
rich.
In
use
this day
that
and age.
$24.99 per week on a sauna membership or something for you.
Yeah, for
Don't
you.
make it for him.
No.
Do something for you.
Be a crab on a beach, for God's sake.
Be a
Let your
crab.
hair down. It's a perfect crime.
Right.
It is perfect. It's perfect. And brings me a great deal of satisfaction.
Right.
It feels as though I'm getting back at him for all the times he bullied me. Sure. All the times he called me names. Sure. Now I imagine living in a constant state of terror. Never knowing when another parcel thing is coming out his way.
Yeah.
I don't think he's living
He
in
lives
fear.
in a state of terror. Oh no, he's saying
I think he's
the,
saying
the
this.
high school bully
yeah,
lives in
yeah.
a state of
He's
terror.
always terrified
He's
about
like,
it.
he's like, fuck, I don't know when I'm going to do it again. Probably soon.
It's impossible. Oh, sorry. I can't. I know you can't be having a good day after that. It's impossible.
Sure.
Yeah.
No good can come after that. It's the end times. The other day, I saw him in a supermarket and hid behind something. He looked dishevelled. Like I said something like he doesn't know what anything is. It's just like
Yeah.
tube thing.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah, yeah.
it's a shelf thing.
That big place where you buy food. I don't know what's that. Big old food shop.
Big old food thing.
Yeah.
He looked dishevelled. You know when you see someone you know and you barely recognise them? It was that.
Yeah.
That's what he says, yeah. He looked like he'd lived 1,000 years since I'd last seen him and he hadn't slept.
I think he's giving himself way too
I
much
think so
credit.
too.
He's
Yeah.
like, my poo in a can once
It's
a month
ruined his life.
is absolutely sending this guy to the stars. The guy's probably just like, oh my fucking,
here
this
we go
guy I
again.
was mean to in high school keeps sending me his shit. It's
Yeah.
so annoying.
Also, knowing Australia Post, none of these tube things have probably
arriving.
arrived and they've been thrown on the lawn 2 doors down. So none of this has actually happened.
Because they didn't knock. He's got a little note down there. He's got, I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're all just waiting at the nearest post office for collection.
Heaps of tubes. of
Return to sender.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making this up, but it looks like he was buying a lot of cleaning product.
Oh, I think he's in his
He's
head.
making
I
it
think
up.
he's
I think all these
Way
people are
he's
narcissists.
Yeah, absolutely. I had this compulsion to walk right up and strike up a conversation, but I felt awkward and awful right away.
Yeah.
It was like all of the fun that I was having suddenly vanished.
Oh, consequences for your own actions.
I saw a broken man, which may or not.
Sorry.
I saw a broken man.
I'm getting on Reddit immediately. This is too good.
I love it here.
Which may or may not be because of what I had been doing, but I saw a man that was a shell of who he once was.
A crab shell,
Crab
if you
shell,
will.
if you will. I will. Thank you so much.
And I will.
Do I need to make this right? Do I need to tell him?
No, you just need to stop sending.
I think you
cans
need
of
to
shit.
stop. Yeah.
You just need to stop straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no good that can come from
There's
this
no
at
good
all.
No.
that can come from that because he'd probably know anyway.
Yeah,
Or he'd go,
yeah.
someone's sending me shit in the can. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine if that was me, not that I would ever bully anyone,
You would never.
but if that was me, I
If you were receiving them,
if I was receiving the shit
Yep.
in the can,
Yep.
in the tube,
cheap thing.
in the poster.
I'll tell you what. No, sorry, you finish your
No,
sentence.
actually, you go. I don't think I was going to say
It would be like, I think of me living in my apartment, I would be terrified if I was receiving
Yeah.
those because you don't know what the next action is. That could be the start
That's
of something
true.
quite
That's true.
sinister.
Yeah.
So the mental game that would have on
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
because it isn't just shit in a can. It's saying, I know where you live. I might not stop doing this and it could only get worse.
Yeah.
So but the fact that he's like, yeah, man, and I saw him there and he was probably picking up some of that Pino clean. No, I think he's probably absolutely terrified.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Lives in a state of fear.
because that's one of those
Victoria,
things
am
where
I right?
that is a power play to the point where if that was me, I'd go, I'll probably move house now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right? To
Yeah.
uplift your life. But I would, because you don't
You
know
pretend
what's
to move
going
to
come.
London.
Yeah, naturally. I don't know. It's
I wouldn't. I don't think that I would move house.
You wouldn't?
Nah. Nah.
I would.
Once a
That's,
week.
that's letting them win. I know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean. I would be scared. I think I would wait to see if it ever got worse than poo in a can.
Yeah.
And if it was consistently poo in a can, I'd go, it would lose its effect. You know what I
Sure.
mean? After the 6th or 7th shit in a tube,
Tube thing.
I think I'd be like, all right, someone's having fun here.
Yeah.
I don't really,
I don't like it.
that's all good. Like,
Yeah.
if it got worse than that, different story.
Think
no
about it
notes in
though.
there.
Or if it changed
a
tactics.
person that is comfortable enough to shit in a cylinder thing and send it is so capable of doing so much more.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
to be at that baseline, to be comfortable to shit in something and send it to someone over and over again, like that's manic, right?
Yeah,
to do,
yeah.
So it's like,
have you not done that before?
no.
Not in a post office.
I'm a parcel package girl. I just sell stuff on Depop. Yeah. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be a person that's comfortable doing that, then I do believe the sky's the limit, and I would just err on the side of caution.
Yes.
But to come clean, I would prefer that someone came clean with me than
Yep.
no one told me and went, hey, I've done this, and I'd go, okay, I can put a face to a name. I was
Yep.
their high school bully. This all makes sense.
Sure.
Because if you don't know, because he would potentially be none the wiser and have no idea who it's coming from. You don't know if you have a stalker. You don't know if you have a co-worker that wants you dead. I'm getting very earnest.
And imagine
like,
if it
I
just
love
stopped
it.
as well and you wouldn't know what ever
And-
happened.
Yeah.
I would live in a constant state of unknown.
Would you walk up to him at that, I always forget what to call them, but it's got products in it on the shelves.
Oh, big food shop
Big
thing.
food shop.
Oh, yes.
Would you walk up in the big food shop thing and
Yeah.
would you say, oh, it's actually me that did that. I see
No,
how dishevelled you
I
are.
think the way that I would do it, and maybe this is wrong, is because I do hear you, Sammy, in going that you probably need to go, hey, it's been
Me.
it me.
Yeah.
I've been doing this. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I got it out of my system. I'm done. You won't be getting anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could do that and still. I would probably do it anonymly.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
okay.
I would send maybe a letter then.
Yep.
And I would go, hi. We have like a bit of a past.
Mm-hmm.
Like Even like
That's scary to me as
I
well.
knew you in high
Scary
school.
to
Getting an
have an
anonymous letter, because then you go, what's coming after that? I've had the shit.
No, but then the letter is being like, I want to let you know, like I got it out of my system, literally and metaphorically. I've got it all out of my system.
Yeah.
I am really sorry. I'm pretty embarrassed.
Yeah.
Just so you know, this isn't going to happen again. I'm really sorry for causing you any distress.
Yeah, sure.
I don't actually wish you any harm, blah, 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 blah.
If it was Maria at the end, she'd be like, P.S. I'm so sexy. You
And
should
it's
see me
fully
right
anonymous.
now.
And it's fully anonymous.
And it's fully anonymous.
So, Sam, you would be coming clean and saying,
I'd be
this
coming.
was me
I'd
and
be
you know
coming
who I am.
clean, and maybe it doesn't need to be face to face. Maybe it can be a voice note on like a voice memo on Instagram or something.
Add him on Facebook.
Yeah,
I agree that that's the ideal. I question the reality of that, of this man being so honest and admitting
I-
If it's shitting in a
sending
tube
his
thing, you
shit in a
probably wouldn't.
tube for months on end.
Well, I think he's a narcissist, so I probably thinks that he's like, and I'll come clean because the world revolves around me, and
Yes.
so. But I know what you mean. But
I don't need your forgiveness. That's what I say. I don't need your forgiveness.
Yeah.
Of all things, my goodness.
it's so. Because he clearly cares what he thinks, right? Because when he's like, yeah, no, I might be making this up, but I think he was picking up cleaning product. He clearly
I don't think
cares.
you'll ever be the same again.
And maybe he'll get complete satisfaction from saying it face to face to see what his reaction. And it would be so satisfying if the guy that he tells it to is like, "You've been doing what?"
Yeah.
Mate, I don't live there. That's
Oh, that's my mum. That's my mum's house.
yeah,
When
yeah.
my mum
Or
moved
like
in there.
I moved basically straight after the reunion. I got a new job. I'm working
Well, like,
for
he's
yeah.
so supremely unbothered. Like he has actually
He's like,
been
"Yeah, man."
receiving them.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, is that you? I thought that was weird."
Yeah, sick, man. Sick.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Just nothing. He doesn't react to it
Or
at
it'd be
all.
even better if he was like, "Oh," and how like a bit of like pity.
Oh, you're
Like,
right.
you know, like, that's-
Oh, what's going
that's
on with
rough.
you?
Yeah.
And he's going, nothing,
I know
actually.
it
I'm
really-
doing great, actually. It's
I
like you're
know
mailing
it-
shit every day.
Yeah.
What would even be the most satisfying if he's like, who are you? And it's
Oh,
that,
that's
and doesn't
good.
even know he
Yeah.
exists. It's like
Yeah.
we went to high school together. It's like high school. Oh God, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
I would fear the possibility of if you had an in-person interaction, it not going as well as Mr.
Sure.
Narcissist wants it to go.
Sure.
And then it actually goes further. He goes, well, he didn't even know who I was, so fuck him!
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
whole other thing. That's why I reckon the anonymous note is the way to go.
That's so good. Yeah.
Fuck getting an anonymous note after getting shits in a can for multiple months on end.
It'd be like magazine cutouts of the letters as well.
Like a ransom note.
yeah. I shit in. Oh, God. Here
It
we
was
go.
me.
Buying a few different magazines to get all the letters.
Far out.
It's terrifying, a terrifying world that we live in. Now, at the end of that, if we had to cast one of these as a major motion picture, which one springs out the most? So I'll go through them
Such
again.
a good question.
You've
Sammy.
got,
the
you've got.
Boring Dad one would be the most upsetting film to
Oh my
ever
God.
hit cinema.
Yeah.
Can we have a? Can we have?
Yeah,
a
so you got Dave who
review?
shit in tube things
Yeah.
and
Tube
sent them
things,
off.
yep.
You've got Adam who dresses as a gorgeous crab.
Yeah.
Who lives on the beach and his wife throwing cans
Yeah.
at children. You've got Vera who has sex with her lecturer
Boring.
Eric all the time.
Not that one.
And you've got Maria who of course taught her dad that she moved to
Oh,
London.
I've got the perfect answer.
Go.
Crab
Yep.
is the beautiful art house short film.
Yes,
Yep.
that's nice. Yep.
Dad is the feature film.
Yeah,
I want to know
yeah.
all about that.
I would love to see Dad. Also, the nuance in acting in roles like that.
Yeah,
Fuck,
we'll
that
give
would be
Judith
good.
on Reddit.
I was gonna say, Judith
Judith
finally get a chance.
Yeah,
Who would
yeah.
you be casting in this? So you've got
Yep.
you've got the dad who we can go Australian, we can go international
Yeah,
with this.
sure.
I mean, we're trying to sell this to executives. So we've got Maria, we've got the dad. Oh yeah, so sorry, Maria was the Vera was the sexy one I meant before.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's so fucked up. What, all women are the same?
yeah. It's disgusting. My behaviour is disgusting. So you got Maria, so casting, and you got the dad, and then we could cast the fake housemates as well.
Take it away, Sammy.
Who do you think? Who do you
Who's
think?
who's a humdrum man where you just like watch them and you just feel so sorry for them and your heart wants to break into a million squillion pieces?
Could it be Sam Neill?
Oh, true. Yeah.
He's got a very likable,
Yeah. Oh, it
beautiful
would break
quality
my
about
little
him.
heart.
To see Sam Neill upset. Or do we need someone older, maybe a bit more?
Yeah, I think a bit older.
I don't know
I'm
any
thinking
male
like a
actors.
Richard Jenkins type.
Who's
Do you know
Richard
who Richard Jenkins
I
is?
don't know who
He's
he
the
is.
he's the
Why
dad
don't-
in Step Brothers.
Right. Why do I know?
Oh, I saw that for the first time so recently. But
Oh, let me just show you.
I don't know
Richard
any
Jenkins.
male actors.
Yeah, that's okay.
I-
Or Richard E. Grant.
Who's Richard?
I'm just saying Richards. Do you know that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's brilliant.
Because he could play it sad and
He's
you'd feel really sorry
Yeah.
for him.
I like
yeah,
that
yeah.
he's older.
Yeah,
I like that.
We can't have a hot zaddy being
No.
like, and then
We can't have
Maria.
Pedro Pascal.
No.
People get too hot and heavy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually perfect casting.
Okay,
I love
thank you
that.
so much.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you so
yeah.
much. So would you get Richard Jenkins, say he's the dad?
Dad, now this is going to sound fucked, but like I feel like the Maria we cast can't be the hottest girly pop in the world because I
Okay.
think, do you know what I mean? I think it needs to be like a real actor that looks
Yeah.
because you know when you see films about what was the recent like have you seen I'm Sick of Myself or Sick
No.
of Myself? It's a film about a narcissist and the casting is she's gorgeous but it's
Yep.
so great because she's quite normie in the best way.
Yeah, okay,
so I think we
great.
need to cast a normie,
Yeah.
someone that
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, okay. Is there someone that's springing out? Is there anyone that you've seen in
I don't know,
recent
man.
films or can we get an unknown?
Yeah,
Me.
a fresh Whopper grad.
hey
Give him a chance.
Get a grad.
Yeah,
get a
get
grad
a
in
grad.
with Richard Jenkins. It's a
Take
big
a
role.
Take a chance.
What a first film to be in a film with Richard Jenkins. And then we're going to introducing.
yeah, a fresh Whopper grad. The housemates also need to be those like actors that are desperate to make their role mean something.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so we'll get British people for them.
I love
that. Are
that.
like these two actors.
Yeah.
They're real fun and they've got a
Yeah.
good dynamic.
I
Those
love
two,
that.
reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the breakout story of the show. It's the
Yes.
two housemates. Everyone's like, I want a spin off about them.
Because I think that
Yeah.
would be the Rebel Wilson, Matt Lucas in Bridesmaids.
Oh, yeah, I think it's us.
Yeah.
I think it's you
I think
two.
we're the housemates.
I think you're the housemates. You two are the housemates.
Or maybe we just throw a spanner in the works and we cast Maria as like Tracy Grimshaw, and then everyone
Wow.
goes, "Is this about Tracy Grimshaw's life?" But no one will ever know.
That's
and they
fun.
go based on a true story, and everyone's like, Did this happen to Tracy Grimshaw? And everyone's like, why has Tracy Grimshaw all of a sudden gotten into acting? But we'll never
Wow.
know.
So we don't call her Maria, we call her Tracy Grimshaw.
No, we call her Maria, but we go, wait a minute, is this Tracy Grimshaw? And it does start with based on a true story.
Wow.
And then little articles go live of being like Tracy Grimshaw's stint in London, and everyone's like, wait a minute, this is looking
Tracy Grimshaw's dad, Richard Jenkins.
an older woman. Let's give an older woman a chance.
I love
Yeah,
that.
great. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, can we call her Tracy Grimshaw? Because I feel like that would be fun in the film if every time they talk to her, they call her Tracy Grimshaw.
Tracy.
full name.
Yeah.
Tracy Grimshaw
Full name.
every time. That's fun. Okay, so Tracy Grimshaw, Richard Jenkins.
Yeah.
We get two Whopper grads for the
Two
for the
Whopper
budget.
grads
Yeah.
with a lot to prove.
With a lot to prove.
A lot to prove and desperate to get some stuff on their show.
Great.
reel.
A lot's riding
They
on
will
this.
milk every single line being like, yeah.
Great. Okay, and what would you want to call it?
Oh, okay. This is our
You know, what would you want to
heaven question.
Could it be Daddy's Girl?
It could be.
It could be if you want
could
that,
be.
but you don't want that.
It
baby.
could be.
You don't want
what
that.
could it be called?
You know, because it's about moving. It's about independence in her part. It's about, you know, her being overseas, living abroad.
The Big Ben and the Big Lie.
The Big
Wow,
Ben and the Big
that's
Hey,
The Big Lie. Just the Big Lie.
The big lie.
the Big Lie,
That's
like
nice.
the Big Sick or Big Little Lies.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
I was thinking of
Less
like
dramatic.
a you know, those ones like the girl on the train or the girl across the window, but it's like
yeah.
the girl with the lie in the London with the thing with the boring dad that's the widow.
Yeah, great. Yeah. It's really long title.
Keep
but it's
them
good.
guessing.
Keep them guessing. Always keep them guessing.
And yeah, inspired by a true story, Crazy Grimshaw. So
Crazy
true.
Grim-
Tracy Shrinmore.
That's the theme music right there.
Yeah.
Hey, we call it a current affair. It is.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, that's
And then
fantastic.
people really go, wait, is this
Wait,
a mockumentary?
pardon?
Is this a documentary?
Yeah.
And the score underneath is eerily similar to a current affair. And people go, is this a film?
Wow, it's like news
Yeah.
music all the time. This is good. Okay, this is great. Sam, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast.
Hey,
How do
thank
people
you.
find you and every wonderful thing that you do? And the show next year.
Absolutely. So I'm on Instagram as Samantha Andrew, SAMANTHANDREW.
No S.
No S.
Don't be
No
like
S.
me.
And on TikTok, Samantha Andrew 1. Mel?
My Instagram is Mel O'Brien, MELOBRIENN.
Hell yeah.
And my TikTok is the same, I believe, but I hardly post on there.
That's so fine. And then you can find our podcast together called It's Mel and Sam on a Sexy Little Mic.
Oh my goodness.
On
Season
Spotify.
one's been sitting there for a million years. Go and listen. It's really fresh and really current.
And the show next year.
Yeah.
Well, this year when you're listening to this.
Yeah,
This is-
come
Yeah.
check out the
Recorded
Platonic...
this in January 2023.
Literally, come check out the Platonic Human Centipede.
Yes.
We are on at the Toff in Town.
Oh, that's what a
We're
great
on at the
venue.
Top in
We love the Toff.
Beautiful venue.
We love
Hot
the top
venue.
Do
We're
yourself a
also
favour.
on a national tour of High Pony. So we're coming to Perth Fringe, Adelaide Fringe, can we even say fucking
maybe
embargo?
Sydney.
Yeah, I think it'd be
Sydney
out
in May, can't say what. Gay Times Festival.
Oh my goodness.
We've got a Malthouse show as well coming up on the 9th of February.
Great.
Which is going to be like it's kind of like...
So what?
Rupert Kay's doing it. Michelle Bracey's doing it. It's going to be a great little...
The outdoor stage season.
Yeah.
It's going to be so hot. We're really excited. It's going to be like a kind of collection of our kind of like best stuff.
Yeah.
Which we've never
Great.
done before. Which
that's so
What
much
I'm going to
fun.
do when I go home is I'm going to post a Reddit thread that's like, does anyone else know what it's like to be so overbooked with so many cool projects coming up? Don't need advice, just needed a space to talk about it.
Thank you so much, Mel, for joining me on the podcast.
Thanks, babe, for having us.
Thank you so much, Sam, for joining me on the
Thanks,
podcast.
babe. Thanks for having me.
Good night, Australia.
Good night. A current affair.